You know that feeling, don't you? That heavy sense of frustration when someone else's decision throws a wrench into your carefully laid plans. Or perhaps it's the gnawing irritation over a colleague's poor work ethic, a family member's stubbornness, or a news cycle that just seems to spiral into chaos. We spend so much mental energy replaying conversations, strategizing how to change another person's mind, or simply fuming about how things should be. It's a common human experience, this desire to bend the world and the people in it to our will. But for all the effort we pour into it, how often does it actually work? How often does our worry or our anger truly shift the needle on things outside our direct influence? The Stoics understood this fundamental human trap, and they offered a simple, yet profoundly liberating solution: the clear distinction between what is up to us and what is not. Epictetus, the former slave who became a great Stoic teacher, taught that the only things truly within our control are our own judgments, our impulses, our desires, and our aversions, in short, our own inner world. Everything else, our bodies, our possessions, our reputation, and critically, other people's actions and opinions are external. They are not up to us. This isn't a call to indifference, nor is it an excuse for inaction. Rather, it's a strategic allocation of your most precious resources, your attention and your energy. Imagine trying to steer a ship by shouting at the waves. It's utterly futile. Your power lies not in controlling the ocean, but in controlling your rudder, your sails, your course corrections. Your effort must be directed inward, at your own response, not outward at the unchangeable forces. Consider a common scenario. You're stuck in traffic. The cars ahead aren't moving. You can lean on your horn, curse the other drivers, or pound the steering wheel. All of these are expressions of frustration, attempts to exert control over something completely beyond your power. Does it make the traffic move faster? Not one bit. What it does do is raise your blood pressure, spoil your mood, and waste your mental peace. The Stoic approach asks, what is within your control here? Your attitude. Your choice to listen to a podcast, practice some deep breathing, or simply accept the delay as a given. Your internal state, your reaction, that's your domain. This might seem small, but these small moments accumulate, shaping your days and ultimately your character. Seneca often wrote about the futility of wishing things were different, urging us to accept what cannot be changed. This acceptance is not passive resignation, it's an active choice to conserve your power. When you stop fighting against the unchangeable, you free up immense reserves of energy. Think about a project at work that's stalled because a crucial team member hasn't delivered their part. You can send angry emails, complain to your manager, or obsess over their shortcomings. Or you can acknowledge that their actions are external to you, focus on what you can do, follow up politely, pivot to other tasks, prepare alternative plans, or clearly communicate the delay. Your responsibility is your effort and your response, not the outcome of their choices. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself constantly to distinguish between things that are truly his business and those that are not. He knew that the only real harm others could inflict upon him was through his own interpretation and reaction. If someone insults you, the insult itself is merely words, an external event. The suffering comes from your judgment that the insult harms your worth. You can choose to internalize it, to let it fester, or you can let it pass, recognizing it as an external event that holds no power over your inner citadel. This isn't about being invulnerable, but about choosing your battles wisely, and the only battles truly worth fighting are the ones within your own mind. This practice of discernment is a daily exercise. It's not a switch you flip once and for all. Every time you feel that surge of anger or anxiety about something outside your control, that's your cue. Pause. Ask yourself, is this truly up to me? Can my effort directly change this specific external thing right now? If the answer is no, then gently but firmly redirect your attention. Bring it back to what you can influence: your judgment of the situation, your attitude, your immediate next action, your willingness to accept. This redirection isn't a retreat, it's a strategic deployment of your mental and emotional resources, ensuring they are used effectively, not squandered on the unchangeable. The freedom that comes from this understanding is profound. You stop feeling like a puppet of external circumstances and begin to feel like the master of your own inner world. You become more resilient, less susceptible to the whims of fortune or the moods of others. You realize that your peace and your effectiveness do not depend on the world bending to your will, but on your will aligning with reality. So today, take one small step. When you feel that familiar tug of frustration over something you cannot change, simply pause, breathe, and consciously shift your focus to the one thing you can always control: your response. In that shift lies your quiet power, your true freedom. Thank you for sitting with these words today. If they steadied you, subscribe and return tomorrow. A new reflection waits each morning.